Alright, Shawty, so first you're gonna let me see the sausage.
We haven't even got to the part where we tell them what we're doing. We're gonna do cabbage and sausage for dinner because it's one of my favorites. The kids are going to their other parents for the weekend. Oh, I am making it early so Harley can have a bowl because, oh, God forbid she don't. All right, you're going to get sausage. Listen, use whatever kind of sausage you want at this point. I've been to so many stores, they ain't had the sausage I wanted. So we are using this Sunset Farm smoked sausage. Anyways, you're going to slice this up. I'm going to put it in a large pan, fry it up, set it to the side. Do not take the grease out or anything. Just leave it how it is in the pan, set it to the side. While our sausage is in there going, we're just going to start working on our rolls, okay? Into my mixing bowl, I'm going to take 5.5 cups of bread flour. Throw it in. I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of yeast. This is the kind of yeast I use from Sam's Club. It's just instant yeast. 2.5. Put them in with the flour. I've got my mixer going on like medium speed with just the dry ingredients. Now I already have in my measuring cup 1.5 cups of hot water because I'm going to add this cold milk in. I'm going to add 1.5 cups into this. I still want it to be warm. That's the reason I do hot water. I still want it to be warm when I put it in with the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to take this and go along the sides as it's mixing. Pour this down. The dough is done on a lightly floured surface. You're just going to dump that out. I did use a different kind of flour today, so I had to add a little bit more flour into the mixing bowl. That was weird, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to knead this for like 3 to 5 minutes, and I have a lightly oiled bowl. I'm just going to plop it in here, and then I'm just going to let it sit for 30 minutes until it's done. I've got a really large pot, okay? Make sure whatever pot you're using is large and it also has a lid. I've got 1/2 cup of water. I've got this Better Than Bouillon. You can use the little powder cubes if you want to. I just prefer to use this. I'm just going to add about this much. Keep stirring until it's dissolved, and then just throw it in the pot. I've got some garlic here. Listen, you put however much garlic, or if you're fancier than me today and have like garlic that you're going to mince yourself, add however much you want. I'm just going to add a couple of dollops, you know what I'm saying? Just like that, set it to the side. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 heads of cabbage, okay? I'm going to slice these up. Basically, this is what we're going to do, okay? We are going to layer our cabbage and our sausage. So let me get this, some of this cut up, and I'll show you. I cut my cabbage up in pieces about this size. You can do them smaller or whatever to your liking. Okay, basically I'm just gonna start putting some cabbage like in the bottom. Okay, I want to completely cover the bottom of the pan. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a layer of sausage, just a little bit at a time. And no, you don't have to add any more water than we've already added, okay? So do that until you're all done with all your cabbage. I chopped all but 1 head of cabbage. I'm going to do that here in a few minutes. But you see, it's a lot. But you think it is, but it's not. Because this is going to condense way down. It's going to shrink, child. Like, you'll have, like, this much in here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and chop this, and as this wilts down as it's cooking, I'm just going to slowly be adding the rest of this. Anyway, you're going to put your lid on. I'm going to put this on like medium heat. It does take a good while for this to cook and be tender, so I just leave it on medium heat for probably like an hour or so. I just stir probably like at least every 5 minutes or so. And then towards the end, I turn it down to like 2. I turn the stove down to like 2. And I'll stir it like every 10 minutes or so. But for the most part, that's all you gotta do. Just ignore it until. Back to our bread. We're gonna punch it to get any air bubbles out, okay? Take it out on the counter. I'm not gonna start kneading just yet. I'll let it spread out a little bit, okay? I'm going to take some garlic salt. Trust me, just do what I'm saying. Because, listen, these are going to be the best rolls you ever had in your life. Some onion powder. Fold it over. Stretch it out a little bit. Do the same thing. I don't know what Ashton's in there going on about. Just a little. All right. Dang. Then you're going to knead this together. Do it again for about 3 to 5 minutes. I've already sprayed down a pan over here. I'm going to cut this in half. Like so. Basically, I'm just going to start cutting pieces off. Rolling them. Kind of shaping them out a little bit. I'm just going to set these on the pan. Okay? I'm going to let these rise for like another 30 minutes. When time is about up for these, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to bake these for 25 minutes. When these are about done baking, you're going to take you some more of that minced garlic, put it in a bowl with some butter. Make sure the butter is softened up, and you're going to use that together to baste your rolls as soon as they come out of the oven. Our rolls are done. Our cabbage has probably like 30 more minutes left. So at this point, you're going to want to add your butter, whatever seasonings you want. The only thing I add to mine is I add some cayenne pepper and then some salt and pepper, but that's basically it, because I already, you know, at the beginning I already put some of that chicken broth in there. I use that grease from the sausage, so that flavors it up some. So I don't put in a whole lot extra, you know. So we'll be back in like 30 minutes when the cabbage is done. Cabbage is about done. Once I added that extra, it probably took like an hour and 20 minutes or so. But yeah, it doesn't really take long, and you don't really have to pay it much attention. It just sits on the stove and goes. And I had a lot of questions last time about the water. I only add that half a cup of water. That's it. Because that cabbage, it wilts down. It makes its own moisture, so you really don't have to add any more. It doesn't burn to the bottom of the pan or anything. So yeah, super simple. If you make this, let me know how you like it.